Hello, best friends. We are back with a big one. We got the big 1-0-0. Yo. Okay, anyways, we are now at game number 100 of my classical games over the board that are rated either nationally or internationally. So it's a big one. This is a big deal. Now I'm in the triple digits, and I'm hoping that this game will go well. This is my 100th game. Let's get into it. So I am playing with the black pieces against Brian. I just won my last game, and I made about one or two not great moves in that, but other than that, the win was okay. It was, I think, deserved for the most part, but this one is a bit of a blowout. And we're seeing a new first move for the first time. We've seen d4, we've seen knight f3, we've seen e4, we've seen b3, but now we have f4. Okay, the bird. And I decided to play this like a kind of like a King's Indian / dragon. Knight f6, g6, bishop g7, castles, d6, knight bd7, and c5. And after knight c3, I immediately realized my knight doesn't belong on d7 here. So now, as you can see, this is actually a closed Sicilian. And one thing that you should know about the closed Sicilian is your knight doesn't belong on d7 here. You want your knight on c6. So immediately I was thinking of knight b8. And how things can go is something like this. Queen h4. And then you play a move like knight d4. They can't play knight g5. Unfortunately, because c2 is hanging, and that's a big deal. But knight d4, c takes d4, knight b1. This is actually just totally equal. I'm a silly boy. I like to go for silly moves. I played e6 instead. I'm trying to admit that my knight is not bad, but I think the strength of a strong player is to play the position and not the game. And that sounds really stupid, but what does that mean? Playing the position but not the game. I played knight d7, but just because I play knight d7 doesn't mean it's not correct to go knight b8 c6. And actually, again, black is totally fine after knight b8 to c6. But I didn't do that. I played e6, trying to go for more and trying to be stubborn. That's called playing the game and not the position. And because I played the game and not the position, this actually costed me a bit. So queen e1. Now this attack's a little bit more dangerous. We can see some sort of like queen h4, f5, bishop h6, and knight g5 coming. These attacks are always dangerous. And generally the way to deal with it is to put a knight on d4. The knight's kind of far from d4, isn't it? Knight e8 was played to prevent queen h4. Bishop d2, natural developing move. And I decided to start playing on the queen side. a6, a4, b6 to play bishop b7. Rook d1, bishop b7. And although the bishop kind of likes being here, it also doesn't because we're worried of f5. Queen g3, and now f5 looks like it's a potential move. Let's say we waste a move here, rook b8. f5 comes, and we don't want to take it with the g-pawn. If we take it once, sure. But we don't want to take it again. If we took it again, bishop h6 comes, right? So this is a problem. So I played f5. And this is okay. It makes things a little bit difficult, but it's still okay. Now h4. Now what I have to see here is pretty difficult. And this is what I mean that f5 wasn't an easy move to make. Is I have to see the move, not d5. That's what I played. This is a mistake. But I have to play bishop d4 check, giving up my dark squared bishop. And the whole point is I'm just in time to take on e4. And I get enough compensation. Bishop b4 is a move, knight g7 to defend d6. We don't really care if d6 falls because we have knight f5. Yeah, the game goes on. This is a crazy game, but the game goes on. Instead, I played d5. And I'm not sure why. I think my idea was if they took, this might not be so great for them. But why would they take? They played e5, and now it's hard to defend my king. I'm already practically lost on move 15. And this is very unfortunate. I played d4, trying to get some play on the long diagonal. Knight b1. And here, I didn't see the threat close enough. If I was really, really trying here, maybe I would play something like rook f7. And then probably just give up an exchange with knight f8. Because we need to start defending a lot. There's a lot of moves to be concerned about here. Instead, I go knight c7, bringing the pieces further away from the defense. And now h5 comes, and I think I'm okay. I thought it was okay, because I saw queen e8. And yeah, I saw the move knight h4. But for some reason, this wasn't something I was super duper scared of. And I can't really explain why, because even still, this looks quite good. G6 is pretty hard to defend. The only way we can defend it is king h7, but if we play king h7, there's at least a repetition for white with queen h2 or queen h3, where we have to go back. We could also try to move like bishop h6, actually, I think, because this covers the h file up, so there's no discoveries, which is important. But I just missed queen h3, and queen h3 is a very strong move, and credit to my opponent for finding this. It's not the craziest move to find, but it's a very strong one. I played knight b8, finally going for this regrouping, but it's too late. I'm not getting knight d4 in. This is useless. Knight g5 was played, and I don't know what I was thinking, but again, I was playing quick. I just played knight c6 because, well, I thought like, okay, knight c6, they take, and then if they take, then h6 gets played, knight f7. Maybe I'll sacrifice an exchange if I need to. The game could go on. I could see this going on for a little bit longer, like knight d5 gets in. Yeah, like it's an exchange, but it's closed, and I can argue that my extra knight versus their extra rook could do something. But no, they took on h7, and I immediately resigned. Full respect to my opponent. Great game. I just immediately got destroyed. I can't take the knight, and if I don't, I lose the pawn as well, or an exchange. And they're still breaking through. So rook f7, they can just take. And if I move my rook, well, they just won 2 pawns for nothing. Absolutely nothing. And if I take, and I go back, well, there's mate. If I take on g6, ooh, shivering. But bishop h5 check wins the queen. So, yeah, I was playing pretty fast this game. And this was the game that changed my mind on moving fast. I actually was moving way too quick here. And part of me wants to show like the timestamps of each move. As I think I might have actually been recording them. If I was, I'm actually going to put them in the video for this specific one, because I think it's that important to see how fast I was playing and how stupid that was. And yeah, so something that's going to be happening is for the rest of the videos from at least this point on, besides this tournament, actually even, you know what, every single game, as long as I have recorded the time, I think I'm going to be including them from now on. I'll have to change my layout, but I think it's actually really important to show time, because the time from this game kind of was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I needed to make a change, so I did, and now it's something I'm trying to focus on a lot, and it'll be something I show, because it also affects how we should view a position. If both sides have like 1 minute left, then, you know, worse moves are going to be played. That's very natural. So that's actually going to cover it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next round number 4. Have a good one.